Hello and welcome to my report, EastMojo's daily evening news bulletin update. We bring you the latest and biggest happenings from east and northeast of India. I'm Simran Bajaj. I'll be your host and giving you updates from Assam as well as Mizoram. For the other states, we're being joined by our correspondents. We have Chandan Pandey from Tripura, Vangamla Salikapai from Manipur, and Medolino Ambrosia from Nagaland. So let's start today's show. First off, let's head to Chandan from Tripura. And Chandan, first of all, can you please tell our viewers about this case that we've already discussed yesterday, that Tripura High Court has cancelled the bail granted to 4 persons accused in the case of spitting on doctor. So yesterday the case was that they've been given the bail and today it's been cancelled. So can you tell us more about that?
Yes, Simran. So what happened exactly is yesterday, Justice Arindam Loth, who was earlier hearing the anticipated bail petition filed by one of the accused, additional government advocate Karnajit De. So he had filed an anticipated bail, who is accused in the case for spitting and harassing government doctor in a COVID center. So the court had not given him any bail, but following that, the court had also asked to arrest all the accused person and conducted TI period, that is test identification period. So the police took them to lower court, that is the Judicial Magistrate Court, lower court in West District. So there the magistrate Sanjan Lal Tripura, upon hearing the case, he granted them bail and also ordered to the police that the police can conduct a TI parade. So now what the point comes out here is, last evening, Justice Arindam Loth in the High Court, he said that the magistrate who has given him the bail, and he has also asked to conduct a TI parade. So both the things cannot be done at the same time, since for conducting a TI parade, one has to be arrested. Only then the police can conduct a TI parade. The court was also upset by the judgment given by the lower court. Although he did not comment so much, he also mentioned in his order copy, I'm not going to comment so much on this based on the judicial terms, but the order given by the learned lower court is against the principles of TI parade. Henceforth, the bail granted to 4 accused persons, including additional government advocate Karnajit De, stands cancelled, and all 4 of them were asked to surrender in front of NCC police station. They have surrendered in front of police today, and they will be taken to the lower court again, and then the magistrate will hear the case, where they can again file an bail petition in the court, and the court will accordingly decide what will be the next course of action. The High Court has also said that the lower court can decide what will be the next hearing, but until and unless when there is already a case going on in the High Court, a lower court cannot overrule the decision of the higher court. So there is something we can see related to this COVID problem, which was reported in Shahid Bhagat Singh COVID Care Center on July 24th last, when a group of medical workers, they were shifting newborn babies, infants, and their mothers to Bhagat Singh. A group of people had prevented the medical team and doctor, and they reportedly spitted on the doctor. They also threw some, they also threatened them that they will spit on them. They poured water on them while they were trying to enter in the COVID center. So all this was reported. Even the law minister, Ratan Lal Nath, he said that nobody who has done this to the warriors who are fighting with COVID-19 will be allowed to get away from the law. The law will take its own course. So we have seen that the High Court has now finally said that they have to surrender, and only after conducting the TI parade, the victim, who is the district health officer, Dr. Sangeeta Chakravarti, she will identify the accused person if they were the same person who did the crime that day. Only after that they can apply for a bail in the lower court. Simran.
Thank you so much for that update, Chandan. Meanwhile, in another news, Tripura doctors in Tripura are demanding the revocation of their colleagues' suspension. So can you tell us more about that?
Yes, this news also comes from the same COVID care center, that is Shahid Bhagat Singh COVID Care Center. It falls under Agartala Assembly, and which is also represented by the former Health Minister, Mr. Sudeep Roy Burman. We were discussing about him last evening. He has been booked under a case for violating the protocols set by the center and the state for visiting the COVID care center and meeting with them, the undergoing patient. So he was the former minister in the state present government, BJP IPFT government. He was then removed from the cabinet following the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. So I'm not going into that. But now what has happened is a doctor who was on duty on August 2nd when Mr. Sudeep Roy Burman was visiting the COVID care center. So he was suspended by the health department on August 3rd because he was there and he did not prevent the MLA, Mr. Sudeep Roy Burman, from visiting the patient. So this is what the doctors' body. There are three doctors' body. If I just name them: Indian Medical Association, and Agartala Government Medical College Teachers Forum, and All Tripura Association, All Tripura Doctors Association. So these three doctors' body have demanded the revocation of the suspension order issued against Dr. Uttam Bhattacharya, who is also practicing and an assistant professor in Agartala Government College. So this is something coming out at a time when doctors are fighting with the COVID-19. They are trying their level best, when the government is also saying that, yes, the doctors are only the warrior and the frontline warriors who are working day and night to save people from getting infected from this COVID virus. So this order was something shocking for all the doctors and the doctors' representative bodies. They have demanded that the suspension order has to be taken, or else in the future they will take some serious steps and maybe they will sit for a long-term agitation, and this will continue until the lockdown. Until this order is taken by the government. I have also tried to speak with the representatives, with the health department officials. However, nobody was available to respond to my call. I will again try to speak with them and file a copy on that. But whatever we have so far discussed is available on our website. People can read it there at www.eastmojo.com. Simran.
Thank you so much for that update. Now, Chandan, can you please give us the latest COVID-19 updates from Tripura?
Yes, Simran. So far, no positive case for the day. Although yesterday, 98% tested positive for this COVID virus, and while one more person died fighting COVID-19, with which the total number of dead person in our state now stands at 31, which is the second highest after Assam. And also to tell you, so far, a total of 5,740 people have tested positive for the virus. And of this total number confirmed cases, around 3,793 people have recovered fighting this COVID-19 virus and have completed their 14 days of home quarantine and institutional quarantine. So this is something coming out of COVID-19 for the day. Simran.
Thank you so much for that update, Chandan. Next, we'll be going to Princess from Meghalaya, and we'll be getting the latest COVID-19 updates. So, Princess, are you there? I think there's some technical issues. We are unable to reach Princess. So let's head on to Sally from Manipur, and let's get the latest COVID-19 updates from Sally.
Thank you so much, Simran. Yeah, let me begin with the cases that was detected yesterday. Another 75 fresh cases were detected, out of which, not only the returnees are being tested positive, but even the security personnel and the local transmissions are happening, especially from Imphal West and Imphal East district. So Chief Minister N. Biren Singh had also issued a statement yesterday that the total active cases at the moment in Manipur stands at 1,224. Out of this, according to the Chief Minister, at least 502 are the security personnel, and the remaining are those returnees from other states and the local transmission with no travel history. Those are the cases. So it isn't alarming because not only the returnees are being infected with the virus, but as I did mention earlier, that the transmissions, the local transmissions are rapidly happening, especially in Topal district, Imphal West and Imphal East district. These are the three main districts where the local transmissions are being identified. And the recovered cases has also been increased at the same time. So at the moment, we have the recovered cases stands at 1,862. Unfortunately, the pandemic has claimed another life today. So the total life that has been, the COVID-related death in the state stands at 8 as of now. And the latest one is a 15-year-old boy from Bishnupur district, where he was undergoing a kidney failure, a patient undergoing treatment at RIMS hospital. So as per the sources, he was undergoing treatment for the last 2 months, and unfortunately, he was declared dead today. But we did not get any information whether he was, when he was during the initial treatment, he got infected with the virus, or when exactly he was infected with the COVID-19. But it's declared as that he has, passed away, succumbed to the disorder of kidney failure, as well as the COVID-19. That's what he did mention from the sources. So yes, 9% have already died when it comes to COVID-19. Related to the rapid rise of COVID-19 in the state, the chief minister in his statement yesterday that the state cabinet have already procured another 20,000 testing kits in order to speed up the testing and the sample collections across the state. Moreover, the cabinet during the cabinet meeting, they have also approved to procure another 50,000 more testing kits, so that not only those returnees are going to test, but even the transmissions and those primary contacts that's happening in the local transmission will be able to avail the service. So this is one of the main reasons that testing kits are being continuously, the state departments are trying to procure the testing kits. At the same time, the newly appointed Chief Secretary Rakesh Sharma had a meeting earlier along with the officials from the army and from the central police, where they have outlined various SOPs, where they have decided to, set up various designated nodal officers in various designated camps of those forces. Not only that, they will be having their own COVID facilities and the quarantine centers, so that those security personnel who return back from their leave, rather than joining the duty right away, they will be on the quarantine center, and then accordingly they will avail the facilities if they tested positive within the forces premises itself. So this is the latest COVID update. And then regarding the testing scenes, the transmission, the local transmissions are being identified from two of the district, from Imphal West and Imphal East district. So the chief minister did mention that on this specific two district, the testing teams and the sample collection team would be increased. So definitely let's hope that the testing and the sample collection increase, so that they would be able to contain the spread of the virus that's happening in the state at the moment. This is all about COVID-19, Simran.
Thank you so much for that update, Sally. We'll come back to you. Now let's head on to Princess from Meghalaya. So Princess, can you give us the latest COVID-19 updates?
Very good evening, Simran. So the COVID updates that I have for today, just for today, the total cases that have been recorded in the state of Meghalaya is a total of 51 cases, new active cases. And with these 51 active cases, the total active cases that have been recorded in the state of Meghalaya now stands at 614. Now, just a breakdown of these 51 cases that we've recorded today. Remember that East Khasi Hills is one of the major districts. Comparing with other districts here in the state, East Khasi Hills is the worst coronavirus hit district. So just today also, East Khasi Hills had recorded another 17 cases, another 17 COVID-19 cases, and from in East Khasi Hills, these 17 cases, 7 are from the BSF, 1 is the state police, and 3 are from the armed forces, while 6 are others, which includes like returnees and then civilians and all. And then from Garo Hills, there was 14, and all these 14 are BSF. So we can see here again the BSF cases are again increasing day by day. And West Jaintia Hills, we had 1 case, and from Ribhoi district, 19 cases. And then remember, after East Khasi Hills, Ribhoi district is another second hit district with COVID cases. So from Ribhoi district, these 19 cases, 15 are from the armed forces, while the rest are others, which are 4 active cases. Now, also we've seen recovery cases. So the recovered cases that was recorded just for today is a total of the total recovered cases is 345, which means that today only 6 recovered cases were reported. Now, a very interesting case that we have just, while we're in a press conference in the middle right now, the Director of Health Services, that is Dr. Amanwar, has informed, there's a person, a vendor, a tea a tea vendor who sells tea at a very known place here in Shillong, that is Police Bazaar. So the tea vendor has now tested positive for COVID-19. So earlier she had, she was complaining of respiratory problems. She had some breathing problems. So when this was raised, she was sent for testing, and her test samples were collected and sent her to a hospital, and it has come out positive. Now the government is here to give us details, the contact tracing that is being carried out, what are the numbers, and how major is this contact tracing going to be. And another case in one of the villages here, that a person from East Khasi Hills district who works as a health worker was under quarantine at one of the hotels here in Shillong and had traveled to another district to drop his his spouse. And it has come to light that this person had gone quietly without informing any of the authorities, and then this person has now tested positive. So you see here, there's people are also not taking this initiative to be self-responsible when in fact this person has been under quarantine also, yet he has silently gone, taken his private vehicle and traveled to another district, and now that particular district is also under quarantine. Simran.
Thank you so much for that update, Princess. And that's all that we have from Meghalaya. Now, coming back to Sally from Manipur. So, Sally, in another report, a pregnant woman died after hospitals denied her admission. So can you tell us more about this incident? How did it happen? Where exactly? And which district of Manipur is this about?
Well, so Simran, yeah, it's really an unfortunate incident that happened today. So as per the report that I, personally contacted with the deceased mother, where she did mention that this is definitely because of the total medical negligence and irresponsibilities of the medical department. She is she was a 20-year-old woman, originally from Noni district, but at the moment the family are staying in Senapati in one of the village. So the pregnant woman was admitted at Senapati District Hospital yesterday, somewhere around 2 p.m., where the doctors were assured to the family members that a normal delivery of the baby would be, conducted by the doctors. So they were waiting for the informations, and unfortunately, around 10 p.m. at night, the doctors informed the family that there is a complications when it comes to the delivery of the baby. So they have to, the family were referred to take back to the hospitals in Imphal. But before taking the women to the Imphal, the doctors informed the family that the baby which is yet to be born was unfortunately died inside her womb. That's what the family was told. So for that to proceed, in order to deliver the baby which is already dead in her womb, has to be taken, referred at Chenims Hospital, that's in Imphal. So immediately they hired a vehicle and they took the women to the Chenims Hospital. But unfortunately, they were hoping that they will be definitely save the women, even though they were unable to save the baby. But the family started facing all kind of problems. The problem is they were not they were denying admissions to the women, when she is in a serious situation, given a kind of an excuse that there is no doctors who can help, who can deliver the baby. So they were having a problem at Chenims. They were denied for admission, and later on the family decided to take back to RIMS. That's one of the hospitals here in Imphal. But unfortunately, they faced the same problem. So at least they were trying for 5 hospitals. Just imagine 5 hospitals, and they were not giving an admission to the women. So almost 24 hours, the women was in labor trying to give the baby. But all the 5 hospitals were denied for an admissions, and at last they were trying to approach the Sita Hospital. That's one of the private hospitals here in Imphal. But before they were approaching to the hospital management, the woman was unfortunately, she lost her breath somewhere around 4 a.m. in the morning this morning. So yes, she unfortunately, died because of this negligence of medicines, along with the unborn baby. So it is unfortunate that things are happening, and this is not the only case where the patients have been denied admissions. Even in earlier, there was one man from Topal district where he was denied admissions at Chenims Hospital, and eventually he died. So yes, things are happening where, along with the COVID cases, even this kind of unfortunate things are happening. And then a lot of people are angry and they are raising their voice on social media as well. So the issue has been escalated to the state level, and today the governor have already issued an order. They have constituted a inquiry committee in order to look into this incident. So a 2-member has been appointed for the specific inquiry committee, where they were told to submit the report within 1 week. So let's see what would be what went wrong, what are the excuses, and what was the reason why the hospital management denied the admission of this women. Simran.
Indeed, that's a really unfortunate incident, Sally. And moving on, now I would like to give our viewers the latest COVID-19 updates from Assam. And then subsequently, I'll also be talking about Assam floods. So let's begin with COVID-19. So this is as per the latest COVID-19 updates given out by the State Health Minister, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, last night. So yesterday, 6 people succumbed to the infection, which has taken the state's death toll to 121. 1,471 people have been discharged, and 2,284 new cases were reported. To look at the cumulative figure, Assam has crossed the 50,000 mark in terms of total reported cases, and it's currently at 50,445 reported cases of COVID-19, of which 35,892 have been discharged. 14,429 remain as active cases. 121 people have passed away and 3 people have migrated to other states. Now, when we look at the figures in terms of the new COVID-19 cases reported yesterday, out of the 2,284 cases reported yesterday, 362 are from Kamrup Metro District, 177 is from Dibrugarh District, 157 from Nagaland District, and 123 from Kamrup Rural District. And if we see that yesterday, 59,162 COVID-19 tests were conducted, hence the high number in the new cases detected. It's almost touching the 60,000 mark, which is a very good development for the state. And Assam's positivity rate is at a very good figure, that is 3.86%. So that is out of every 100 people that get tested, only 3.86 are testing positive for the virus. And that is definitely a good figure. If the positivity rate stays below 5%, then that's a definite good news for the state. Now, talking about Assam floods. So we do not have the updated report from Assam State Disaster Management Authority, the evening report. So I'll be giving you updates as per the daily flood report, morning summary. And when we're talking about lives lost, it's a good news that no lives have been lost in the past 24 hours and even prior to that. And the death toll due to Assam floods stands at 110. When we talk about the number of affected districts, 14 of the 33 districts in Assam remain affected by Assam floods. The total number of districts affected by the floods are also coming down. Earlier it used to be 25, 26, and it even touched the almost the 30 mark. At least 30 districts were affected as a whole cumulatively. If we see from the beginning, from May 22nd till this morning, almost 30 districts were affected. But currently, 14 districts in Assam remain affected by Assam floods. And when we talk about the rivers, before the rivers, let's talk about the number of people that remain affected by floods. And the figure has come down to 1,41,669 people who are affected by floods. This is against the cumulative figure of people who've been affected by floods, which is around 57 lakhs. Through the course of this phase of floods since May till August 6th in the morning, 56 lakh, almost 57 lakh people were affected by floods. But if you look at the figure from this morning, it's 1,41,669 only. And that's definitely a good figure when we look at the number of people impacted by the floods. And talking about the rivers, now only Brahmaputra river is flowing above the danger mark in Jorhat and Dhubri. And when we're talking about people lodged in relief camps, currently 2,771 people are lodged in sheltered in 17 relief camps across the state. And That's all that we have for updates in terms of Assam floods. Now let's head on to Meadow from Nagaland and let's get the latest COVID-19 updates.
Thank you, Simran. So yesterday, the health department has confirmed that 2 more COVID-19 related deaths are reported in the state. So a total of 7 deaths have been reported here in the state. But out of 7, one person, the deceased, who tested positive for COVID-19 is not a COVID-19 related death. So that's what we were informed by the health department yesterday. And the confirmed COVID-19 death toll now stands at 6. It was at 4 after the confirmation of 2 cases yesterday. It now stands at 6. And as I speak about it, Simran, I wanted to inform that 82 new cases of COVID-19 has been reported here in the state, and it's the second consecutive day where cases below the 100 mark have been reported here in Nagaland. And out of the 82 new cases, 58 are from Dimapur, 22 are from Kohima, and 2 are from Pak. So the health minister, S. Pangnipom, he's informed that out of these 82 new samples were tested positive out of 606 samples that were sent for testing. And now with the addition of the new cases, our state's tally for the total number of confirmed cases is at 2,580. And out of these, the current active case is 1,886. That toll, as I've mentioned, has spiked to 6, and 2 persons have migrated outside the state of Nagaland. Also, we are yet to receive the official update for today, as in how many people have recovered from COVID-19. But hopefully, there will be more recoveries again. Yesterday, 26 of them have recovered, and our current recovery rate, is at 685. And Simran, as I've mentioned about the 2 confirmed death cases, I wanted to highlight about it also. So the latest casualties, one of them is that of a 38-year-old woman from Auyamti village in Dimapur. So the lady passed away on July 29, and she was tested positive both on TruNat testing and RT-PCR test. And the cause of that was established to COVID-19 yesterday, as per the health department. Likewise, the other death is that of a 41-year-old man who passed away at Dankan Basti on July 31, again in Dimapur. And the person was also tested positive on both TruNat and RT-PCR test. And yesterday, the test, the death was established as due to COVID-19. So all 7 deaths that have been reported here in the state, all the 6 have been confirmed as due to COVID-19. All deaths reported are reported from Dimapur. And also, out of the 82 new cases that were reported here in the state, Simran, the health minister, he informed that 2 of them were his bodyguards and 4 were his house guards. So as other supporting staff at his official residence tested positive for COVID-19, he took to Twitter to inform that all necessary precautionary measures have been taken, and his official residence has been sealed as per the SOP. But he's also mentioned that he will be under self-isolation, but will continue to work from home. This is the COVID updates from Nagaland, Simran.
Thank you so much for that update, Meadow. Also, there's been a revision in Nagaland's home isolation guidelines. Can you please brief our viewers about that?
Yes, Simran. So prior to these, all COVID-19 cases, we're admitted to the COVID care centers, the COVID hospitals. For frontline workers, of course, they had separate COVID care centers. But as per the new home isolation guidelines, the state government has said that informed that persons who test positive for COVID-19 and are declared as asymptomatic and is not immunocompromised, they will be able to apply for home isolation. So this order came to effect yesterday, that is Wednesday, and as we see, most of the cases, positive cases that are reported in the state are asymptomatic and does not require hospitalization as per the ICMR. So the state government also felt that there is a need to decongest, the district hospitals where the COVID patients are put into, and this is also one reason, one rationale they mentioned as to why the home isolation guidelines have been produced. Other guidelines, a detailed guideline is on our website. I request our readers, viewers to check the detailed reports up there on eastmojo.com. Simran.
Thank you so much for that update, Meadow. And now I would like to quickly give our viewers the COVID-19 updates from Mizoram. So in Mizoram, in the past 24 hours, 33 new cases have been detected and 2 people have been discharged. So taking all of that into consideration, the cumulative figure for Mizoram stands at 537 total reported cases of COVID-19 infection, of which 288 have been cured and discharged. 249 remain as active cases of COVID-19, and 1 person has migrated to another state. Fortunately, Mizoram has not reported a single COVID-19 related death as of now. And that's all from Mizoram. Now let's head on to Irani from Arunachal Pradesh, and let's get the latest COVID-19 updates. Irani?
Yeah, hi Simran. So if we start with the COVID-19 update from Arunachal Pradesh, Capital Complex still has the highest number of active COVID-19 cases. That is 165 are active cases from the Capital Complex. However, 663 have already recovered, followed by Changlang with 150 cases. And if you talk about the overall data, which is provided by the Health Department yesterday, the total number of active cases are 642. 1,210 people have already recovered from COVID-19, and with 3 deaths, the state stands at 1,855. And Simran, I also want to mention one very important news which we have already published, and it's in our website, and viewers can go and look into the report. It's regarding the Mon Autonomous Region. So, considering the reactions from people of Arunachal Pradesh objecting the demand for Mon Autonomous Region, which resurfaced recently, the Chief Minister has proposed a debate on the creation of autonomous regions in the state. And he announced this in a press conference yesterday at Civil Secretariat. So the particular debate will be participated by the community-based organizations, not only from the Tawang and West Kameng region, but also from Patkai Autonomous Region, that is Tirap, Longding, and Changlang, along with other community-based organizations throughout the state. And he also said that a few intellectuals and youth leaders will be also joining that debate. Simran.
Thank you so much for that update, Irani. And with that, we come to an end of today's show. And all the stories that we've discussed are already live on our website. You can log on to www.eastmojo.com and you can read all the stories. Thank you for supporting us from Monday to Friday, live at 6 p.m. And don't forget, it's my report by eastmojo.com. If you have any ideas, suggestions, or anything that you would like to write to us, please send it across at editor@eastmojo.com. We also have a very active fact-checking team. So if you come across any piece of information, any photo or any video that seems fishy, please send it to us. We will definitely authenticate and verify it for you. You can send it to us again at our email ID, that is editor@eastmojo.com, or you can send it to us through our Facebook page. That is all. This is Simran Bajaj signing off for today.